What is up, guys, and what is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Broken Biscotti, and welcome to your next training video where we are going to learn the motorcycle weave. Now this is a critical lesson, and this is a critical skill that riders at every skill level will do and every skill level will train. This kind of helps every rider really on one of the basic skills, which is just weaving your bike. Now if you haven't seen the video before, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I highly recommend you go back and watch them first, because we first talk about how to slalom the bike, and that sort of leads to the weave. Now if you are here and you've been following the video, a lot of people, a lot of motorcycle people out there will always mention and say, you know, the best way to do this is to put cones on the ground at a set distance, and then you weave in between the cones. Now that sounds great, and that is a fantastic way to work. However, if you don't have cones like myself, or let's just say you are riding around and all of a sudden you decide, you know what, I kind of want to do a bit of training, what are you going to do? Well, one of the ways that I like to do is I like to choose every second parking spot. Now you might say that is quite a large distance, and I kind of agree, it is a large distance, but the point is to try it out first, see how it feels, and then you can start to shorten that distance. Now if you start doing the weave in between the parking lots and you find that it is quite easy, it's quite simple, the next thing I like to do is I like to find whatever item I have on the ground. For example, maybe a leaf, maybe a white spot, maybe a blue, whatever piece of item, and I'll set them up a bit shorter or as longer, or longer if required, to set up my weave. Now just as a run through what the weave actually is, let me show you guys what it is. Now a weave essentially is using a combination of counter steering and your rear brakes and your clutch to make sure that your revs stay up while you actually weave the bike. So I will just put my bike and let's take it to where I want it. Alright, so we are going to weave this little car park over here. Alright, so let's set up for the weave. Alright, so essentially every second car park is my weave point. So I'll ride this way, go in, go out, go in, go out until I hit the end. So it should look something like this. And speed here is not that important. It's all about making sure that you have a good control of your bike, you keep your eyes up, and that's pretty much what you do. You're just making sure that you're definitely hitting your every second point. And that's it, guys. That is the weave in a very simple, and as simple as can be, method. Now as you guys can see, while I was talking to you, because I am actually training for this myself and I'm not some pro person, you can see that my ability to talk to you while weaving is a little bit compromised. So for example here, now I seem to have got this a bit easier, and so now every second spot is my weave, and I finish up in the same way. Now if you find that, hey, that is a little bit too easy, well, we are going to try and start to reduce the distance between our weaves. So let's give an example. This will require me to get off my bike. So let me find. Alright, so this is obviously a fairly large spot between weaves, so now I'm going to try and shorten that weave, and let me find whatever item I have on the ground somewhere to put on this. Alrighty guys, we are back at it, and as you guys can see, all I've done is I've put some items on that center line, and as you can see I've reduced my weave by just a little bit, not too much. I don't want to be too aggressive. I've just, you know, what's that, probably about 3 steps, and that's what I'm going to do, guys. So now that I've reduced the weave by about 3 steps, I'm going to run this course again, and I will see how I feel when I'm riding it. So that's pretty much it, guys. So we're going to try and run this course right now, and let's see if I've made the weave a little bit more challenging. And essentially, guys, if I can find neutral, the idea behind this, guys, is that you don't have cones in the way, you don't have none of that, and if you do drop it, don't worry, guys, we are training, but it does mean that you can make a fairly quick getaway without really having too many issues. So the key thing when doing a weave is obviously to keep your head up, is to keep looking forward and not looking down specifically. It is a little bit tricky considering our markers are, we can't really see them using our peripherals. I mean, we still can, but it's a bit more complicated. The whole point of this is that you're going to be slipping your clutch, you're going to be using your rear brake, and you're going to be using your constant throttle to try and maintain the bike while you're moving the bike, while you're weaving the bike in and out. So let's have a quick look. Now, again, I'm not the best at this, but let's go. So this is my starting point over here. So I'm going to come in, and then I'm going to go back out. We start off. Try and maintain a good, steady acceleration, and we're out. And that's it, guys. Nice and simple. That is a simple weave that you guys can test and try, and we can progressively start to tighten up that weave. Now for me, I think that weave was that weave was more than enough to test me out. Also, don't be afraid to start it the other way. So we've gone this way this time, and here we go, nice and comfortable. And after a while, you will start to be able to really swing your bike through this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the weave. So as I said, it's a long, I know this might be a long video, but as I was saying, you can make the weave as long or as tight as you want. For me, I'm going to keep going on this for a little bit, just because, if I can get this bad boy in neutral, just because I sort of like this amount of weave. I may start to tighten it up the more confident I get. But guys, that's pretty much it. That is the weave in a very simple sense. So thank you guys for watching, and always remember, guys, keep practicing, because these are the skills that will make us better riders. Now if you like what I'm doing, you can always hit me up and buy me a coffee, or you can just put a like and put a comment below. I always listen and like the comments that you guys put, and essentially the more comments that I have and the more engagement I have with you guys, it allows me to know what content to create further on. Alright guys, with that, thanks for watching, and as always, ride safe. Bye bye.